I grew up in a very small Bosnian village. My parents have no education. They are farmers, but they're honest people. They work hard and they have good values, and that's something that you cannot go wrong with. Doesn't matter where you go. And this work ethic has stayed with me until today. And I am in this country, as they say, the country of opportunities, and I am really the example of it. I came to the United States through circumstances. I actually ran away from home when I was 18. And I ran to the Yugoslavian coast, because that's the place you want to be. And that's where I met a German family. And I told them that my goal is one day to study abroad. And they invited me, and they said, if the university accepts you, you can come and stay with us. And so I had master's in linguistics, but I never knew. I loved fashion. I knitted my sweater when I was 7 years old. So, but I always thought of fashion as a tool that was necessary, because I didn't have the resources like you guys have here. Like when I said to Tim Gunn, give me a sheep, I make you a sweater, I literally meant it. I cut the sheep's wool, I dye it, I put it into thread, and I knit it, and I was using onion peel to dye my fabrics. My mother was actually hiding scissors from me, because everything that I could possibly cut, I was cutting. But see, if I had the opportunity to have parents or environment to push me that way, I feel like I could be the next Chanel, But, I didn't have anything. And the reason why I didn't study fashion design, I didn't even know it existed. I have master's in linguistics, because I was always like, well, you need to study something to actually get a job and pay the bills. But thank God that today I became spiritual in the meantime too. You have to understand, I grew up in communist country, where spirituality didn't exist. And I always say now, it seems like I never knew who God was, but God always knew who I was, and just somehow pushed me back into fashion. When I came to United States, I married my ex-husband who was American. That's how I came here. I didn't really, I knew where you guys geographically existed, but never dreamed of America. It just, life happens like that. But I remember having children. I came here not speaking English. My children were year and a half apart. Everything for boy was baby blue, and everything for girl was pink. And I wanted olive and yellow and brown and whatever. So I would make clothes for my kids, and I would take them to park. I lived in Atlanta at the time, and moms would go crazy, like, oh my God, where did you get this? This is how I was always pushed into fashion. And when I opened my first store in Charleston, I would always have sewing machine on my desk, and people kept coming in and saying, oh my God, you should be on that show. And I'm like, what show? It was playing already the second season of Project Runway, and I started watching it, and I was like, well, that's pretty respectable show. I would never be on some trashy show, and then I thought to myself, what that show would represent to me. If I was in Bosnia watching that as a child, of parents who have nothing to do, I thought something was wrong with me, that I wanted fashion. My mom was burning the clothes I was making, because she's like, you're not going out like that, nothing revealing, God forbid, but it was so different, and different is not acceptable in my small environment. So, and now when I travel the world, I see Project Runway everywhere. And I wanted to be on Project Runway more for me and for people who come from backgrounds like me, because if you think, you see American show and there are Americans winning, and you go like, well, Americans are winner already, living in this great country, To us, it's not a big deal, We see you guys, you all look beautiful, you have beautiful homes, everything is splendid, But to see foreigner like me coming into this country from a poor country and actually putting my face out there or putting myself out there, I get people contacting me from all over the world, from countries I forgot even they existed, and saying, because of you, you are giving me hope that maybe I will have a chance too. And that's what Project Runway meant to me. Being that voice for people who are from backgrounds like me. To say it doesn't matter where you come from, if you love what you do and you actually do it with all your heart, you will succeed. It doesn't matter where you are. Because somehow the universe works that way. You know, like if you are born with a gift and you are using it, you will not fail. I opened a store in San Diego 3 years ago when the economy collapsed. I couldn't even tell anybody that I'm going to be on Project Runway because there was a lawsuit between Bravo and Lifetime at that time. And I opened the store. I was on the news because, not because of Project Runway, because everybody was closing and I was opening. And they were like, what the hell is wrong with you, woman? and that's really the proof that you can succeed if you work hard, you are kind, you are giving, and you love what you do. That's the recipes for success, and that's it.